Hey there, jabronis, was good? It's your boy Tris, wishing bliss, even if we're in the midst of the apocalypse. Now, even though we're in the apocalypse, my day's been alright. It's been pretty good. Just got off the phone with my mom talking about she wants me to sing for a church on Zoom this weekend, so, you know, that's a nice surprise. But I hope y'all been doing good. Someone who may not be doing as well as us right now, or probably better, because we know how to rich and money and all that works, is Ezra Miller. So I'm pulling up this article online on giantfreakingrobot.com. Yes, I know. About Ezra Miller officially being charged with felony now. So it's an article by Doug Norrie, and let's just read it and see what's going on with our favorite MB Ezra, and if we can finally catch him on our side of the multiverse. But it says, it's been a rough few months for Ezra Miller, and it looks like things are getting even worse for the controversial and embattled actor, who's had a number of different disturbing and concerning incidents on the ledger now. The latest could land him in some jail time as well. Variety has that Ezra Miller has been charged with a felony burglary following an incident at a residence there. Police are charging that Miller stole property from a home in town, and there is enough evidence in this case to press charges against the actor. Which, I mean, listen, good. I'm not no fan of the police or prison, but Ezra's been perpetrating. Apparently, according to a report filed by the Vermont State Police on May 1st of this year, Ezra Miller entered the home in Stanford and stole several bottles of alcohol while the actual homeowners were out of the house. They ain't doing no damn jail time for this. This at most is going to be a fine. It's going to be a way to get Ezra some, rehab. Let's keep reading. Several bottles out. Like, what about the passport in Hawaii? What about? Let's keep reading. After gathering evidence that includes security footage and eyewitness accounts of the incident, because of course Ezra probably did this broad daylight, Ezra Miller was served on the evening of August 7th, and it says he, but they will now have a court date set for September 26th. In Vermont, a person facing burglary charges faces up to 15 years of jail time. It's unlikely Ezra Miller would see that kind of sentence if proven guilty in the incident. Ezra ain't serving a day in jail. Maybe a day. But this latest ordeal is just one of a line of issues that Ezra Miller over the course of the year. For Ezra Miller over the course of a year. For starters, they had run into trouble in Hawaii with a couple of different things happening in and around the actor. For starters, sometimes they'd be just putting sentences and articles just like when you're trying to fill out the essay. For starters, they were involved in an incident in a bar in which they threatened several people there, including someone performing karaoke. And later they threatened a couple they were allegedly staying with, or supposedly staying with, allegedly threatening to murder them, among other things. Jesus Christ. They had filed a restraining order, but ultimately pulled that back. Damn. Maybe because they're out of Hawaii, but damn. And then there was word that Ezra Miller was housing a 25-year-old woman and her children at their home in Vermont. There were some concerns that this was an unsafe situation for the children for a variety of reasons, one being that there are firearms present. Ezra Miller has also been accused by a set of parents of possibly grooming another woman. The revealing question, career-wise, for Ezra Miller is what happens with the Flash. Well, we already seen, I don't know if y'all saw, but we've already seen that WB, David Zaslav, even though they're cutting the hell out of a bunch of crap over at Warner Brothers, like, they cut a whole background movie that they've already filmed and could easily reshoot to make better. Again, I don't know why they treat everything like it's CW over there, where the costumes and things are so crappy that you would feel you would have to release a movie exclusively online like your Disney Plus with Pixar. I don't. But yeah, so David Zaslav said, yeah, despite the crimes, Ezra is gonna get their time on the big screen. We love the Flash, and fuck anybody who says anything otherwise about the crimes. We're moving forward. But yeah, the prevailing question could arise for Ezra is what happens with the Flash. Nothing's gonna happen. Their potential blockbuster film in the DC Extended Universe, which is slated to hit screens on June 23rd of next summer. Can you imagine it came out this year? How wild that shit would be. That does appear to still be in plan, seeing as how DC and Warner Bros. Have sunk more than $200 million into the production, which is slated to bring back Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, as well as introduce Sasha Cal's Supergirl. Typically, this movie, even with the Ezra Miller fiascos, would be a no-brainer. WB is coming off of canceling Batgirl on a number of different planned projects. Could Flash now suffer the same fate? Nope, because Warner Bros. Is too invested in Ezra. They got them in two different franchises that they've done nothing as far as I'm aware of in the Fantastic Beasts movie. Nothing compelling. And I'm not a hater of Ezra Miller. Like, I love some of their previous movies, like Perks for Wallflower, and then also like the Snyder Cut. The scene, if you've seen it, the restart existence scene, one of the best movie scenes I've ever seen in a comic book movie, especially compared to something as disappointing as the snippets of Thor: Love and Thunder that I saw. Like, it's not a bad movie in the sense of like, let's trash this movie, but narratively, like compellingly, like sinking me in emotionally, that is one of the worst, most like for 10-year-olds action movie, superhero movie I've ever seen. Thor: Love and Thunder. It's a whole different other issue. But I get wanting to see more of Ezra, but it's like, at what cost? Like, let's finish the article. Time will tell. With a speedster can go through time. Time will tell what will happen with Ezra Miller and The Flash. No doubt the actor is going through issues at the moment, and with new incidents continuing to crop up, we could be leading to more things down the line. You think? Alright, so that's the end of the article. And I shouldn't say I want Ezra to do jail time, because at the end of the day, we know prison doesn't actually deal with mental illness and deal with what Ezra's actually going through, but at the same time, Ezra's potentially abusing a lot of people. They need to be held somewhere, and our system needs to change so that we can actually, both keep victims safe from their victimizers, and then rehabilitate their victimizers and give them the help they need to actually come back to society as, functioning, non-dysfunctional citizens. But Ezra's tumbling, and Ezra's apparently been on some fuckboy shit for a while. So, great to see David Zaslav support that and say fuck you Batgirl. I have no stake in any of this shit at the end of the day. I just want to see good movies come out. But I also don't want to see, crimes be committed and supported and ignored just for the sake of movies. Especially while, Warner Brothers is cutting off whole other departments and stuff like that. But we'll get into more of that, soon enough, because I saw another story that I want to cover probably tomorrow, just in time for us to film for the podcast. But hey, check out the channel, check out the other videos I have on here. Also check us out over on Not Your Normal Discussion podcast. Remember, we come out every Friday, but every other Friday for the after show. But I love you guys again. Wishing you bliss. At the very least, hope you can strive for it. Have a good one. Peace out.